Good morning. Good to see you and hear everybody this morning. Listen, I want to compare the Dodgers to that feeling we all get when we do mobile online ordering for our favorite food place, or you're going into your favorite coffee place. You walk in, you go straight to the front of the line, you take what is yours, and you bounce. And everyone else is patiently having to waiting for their turn. You do your thing, and you're out of there like a champion. I feel like that's the Dodgers. They win the World Series last year. We're about 12 games into this year. They're the first team in Major League Baseball to 10 wins. They went right back to the front of the line. They took what is theirs, and they're going to bounce. They're going to separate from the rest of the pack. That's how good the Dodgers are. I think it feels like mobile online ordering. It's a great feeling.
I mean, it does at least look like that so far. We'll see if it can extend the entire season. You know how baseball is. It's long.
Well, I mean, just witnessing how Dodger fans get. You guys get very, very excited, and for the most part, last year was different. It doesn't end well for you guys, though.
Could they be setting themselves up for some disaster?
That's what I'm seeing.
Well, if you are a non-Dodger fan, you got to be thinking that. But at least right now, man, they look great. The pitching's been fantastic. You know, their roster is probably the deepest in baseball. And first team in Major League Baseball to 10 wins. I don't know if you saw their win against the Rockies last night, 4-2, but Justin Turner hit a home run, and the guy caught it in his nachos, and it was a nacho explosion. He had nacho cheese all over him, but it was worth it.
Yes, it's a good celebration.
That's the best.
I just keep talking about a lot of food this morning. I must be starving right now. But yeah, first team to 10 wins. Big win against the Rockies last night. And then this weekend, huge series, Dodgers and Padres going head-to-head for the first time this season down in San Diego.
So we'll kind of see how they match up with each other. They're kind of like brothers fighting a little bit.
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun one. And hey, don't sleep on the Angels right now. First place in the American League West. So we've got a lot of great teams here in Southern California between the Dodgers, the Padres, throwing the halos. Good baseball right now. And I know it's early. We're still getting barely out of the gate. It's early, but we've got some good baseball right now.
The Angels will take first place in the AL West and be damn happy with it.
I need to get LeBron back in basketball. I can't be doing this much baseball. I need LeBron back.
It's a lot for him.
Well, 40, speaking of LeBron, the Lakers could really use LeBron and Anthony Davis right about now because, you know, I want to remind everyone out there, there's that new wacky basketball play-in tournament they had for the NBA, that bubble in Orlando. They're bringing it back this year where, you know, the top 6 teams in each conference, they go automatically into the playoffs. But if you're 7 through 10, you got to fight your way into those last 2 spots. And right now, the Lakers are in the 5 spot, I think 2.5 games ahead of Dallas, who is number 7. So at this point, with your superstars out for the Lakers, you're flirting with having to go into that play-in tournament.
Do people like the play-in game or not? I feel like the NBA is kind of trying to make this a thing. Even though half the league makes the playoffs, they still want to give another chance to make it into the dance.
And they're just trying to hype up that drama for the playoffs. But we know Laker fans are actually going to be back in the building tonight for the first time ever, right? Since last year.
2,000 people they're letting in the Staples Center. No enjoying your beverage at your seat, Pep. That is something that is very much, I don't know if I like that.
That's California. That's that's our state. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have fans back. It's going to be a little bit different, of course, from state to state, you know, if you go to a game outside of California. But it is what it is right now because it's indoor. If you go to a Dodger game, I don't know exactly what the safety protocols are, but I'm assuming you can have a hot dog and a drink in your seat and not have to worry about it.
Baseball, see?
And the key thing with that is that Jeannie Buss came out and said, fans are coming back tonight on the 15th. We're not going to hang our championship banner until May 12th. So I'm thinking that's the time because she said we wanted more of our players and more of our fans to be able to enjoy it. Maybe that's when we might see AD and LeBron actually back around May 12th.
You're right, because she most likely knows more than we do. It's kind of like they did in the NFL when Goodell came out and said, we expect full stadiums. We're all like, he knows something we don't.
He knows.
He knows something we don't.
A lot of conversations behind the scenes. And you're right. I mean, what we heard this week, the latest reports about LeBron and Anthony Davis was about 3 more weeks. So I'm doing some math in my head. That's around May 12th, maybe a little bit longer. So we'll see when
that
they
might
come
be,
back.
Them kind of back a couple games, knocking the rust off, and May 12th, it's kind of like, okay, now we got to start making this playoff push.
Okay.
Yeah, because that little play-in tournament it feels like March Madness. You know what I mean? Like, you could be the better team. You could be the Lakers, but it only takes one game then to get knocked off. So it feels like March Madness.
Oh, you could get sniped. Totally.
So we'll see what the Lakers do. They just got to right the ship for a little bit until the superstars come back. But yeah, they're flirting with that 7th spot in the Western Conference right now. Let's go to the NFL. This is kind of crazy news for Aaron Donald, the superstar on defense for the LA Rams. He was apparently, I don't know if I should even call it a fight, because really he just beat somebody up allegedly in his hometown of Pittsburgh. And if you saw pictures of the guy, Aaron Donald put one down on him. I think it was broken eye socket, 16 stitches. If there's one guy that you do not want to meet at like 4 a.m. outside the boom boom room, it's Aaron Donald.
I would love to hear the story on this, because if this guy was picking on Aaron Donald or shooting his mouth off, man, I hope he learned his lesson. I will admit, too, that supposedly he was wearing a Washington State University hoodie, which is, we thought Ryan Leaf used to shame us.
Go Cougs.
Yeah, go Cougs. You know what we call that? You know what we call that, guys? Couging it. He couged it.
I mean, and from the picture of the guy's eye, it looked like Aaron Donald hit him so hard he collapsed his soul.
Perhaps an overhand right.
Listen, we don't know the circumstances. We haven't heard from Aaron Donald. We just know what the alleged victim is saying, that, it was, I guess, 3 or 4 in the morning. I guess apparently they bumped into each other. Aaron Donald didn't like it and went nuts, I guess. Allegedly. This is what the story is right now from the victim's side of it. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But yeah, if there's one guy in the NFL that I do not want to see at 4 a.m. and mad, it's Aaron Donald.
I'm already starting to think it's not Aaron Donald, because if it's a Washington State hoodie, it's a drunk and probably a Seahawk fan. So I think it might have been a little shoot in the mouth off, and Aaron Donald was like, you sit down.
Again, I want to hear the whole story. I want to hear the whole story from both sides.
I do too, but I blame the Coug.
Yeah, he couged it real hard. And finally, guys, we have the final week of high school football, and we're just finished, we finished the college football season, and we go right into spring football for college programs. And at USC, they're going to have their annual spring game inside the Coliseum. 5,000 fans will be in attendance. And no word if that homeless guy is going to play or suit up for the Trojans again. But it's cool. It's cool that we actually have college football again. We're going to have fans in the Coliseum. So we're kind of inching towards a normal fall college football season here in California and across the country.
Well, the homeless guy's not returning punts. We know that.
I mean, I hope he's there tailgating or something.
It is cool to have some fans back, though. Very cool.
Yeah. Hey, and by the way, there's no video of this homeless guy returning punt, so maybe he was good. I'm just saying, like.
No, no, he'd be suiting up.
He was able to blend in for a little bit.
He was able to blend in. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
Hey, you can follow us on Inland Sports. It is the final week of high school football. We're covering that super hard. That's Inland Sports on social media and Inland Sports, the YouTube channel.
Thanks, Pep.